Hi Aries, welcome to your rest of September 2020 reading. You guys know these readings are signless and timeless, so it actually doesn't matter what your sign is, and it doesn't matter when you access the video. As long as it resonates with you, then it's for you. Please guys, don't forget to check your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. Of course, you can also check your Venus sign, especially if you're looking for love readings. But anyway, if you'd like a personal reading with me, please do go ahead and look up my Etsy link. All of the information that you need is on this page, wherever you're accessing it, okay? And also, one more thing, please know that right now the queue is down. It's back down, but remember that I do have up to 2 weeks of a grace period to do the readings because sometimes life just interrupts, but also sometimes spirit likes to kind of have their way with the timing, okay? So anyway, let's jump right into the readings. So Aries, what am I seeing for you? Now, the first thing that I actually did here earlier as I was laying the cards was I should have known better. So I'm seeing here in this card here, you don't have to worry about the word support. It's the image here that's coming through. I'm seeing here that there's something that's very delicate to you, something that you're holding close to your heart. This is coming through as a heart's desire, but you know what? I'm feeling it in the throat chakra. So that tells me that you have a lot of anxiety about something that you want to be the case. Now, of course, for some of you, it could be a love relationship, but also for a lot of you guys, I'm feeling this has to do with creative projects. I'm hearing my guides chime in and say repetitive. What did you guys say? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Repetitive habits. Oh God, I'm sorry, guys. Something to do with repetitive patterns. Thank you. Repetitive patterns. So you might be finding yourself stuffed. It's like you're stuffed with all of these pathologies or repetitive patterns, and these things are creating obstacles to the goal that you want to have achieved in your 3D physical life, right? So I definitely get a sense of disappointment in that I should have known better. But be kind to yourself is the guidance that's coming through. So, for example, if you're pursuing someone who just isn't interested in you or isn't showing signs, don't say I should have known better, right? If you're trying to do something along the lines of a creative project, and you're feeling low self-confidence or whatnot, don't get into I should have known better, I'm not good, or just whatever it is. I'm seeing that in your energy field. Be careful, because just because you're experiencing it doesn't mean that it's the right way to be, and it doesn't mean that it's indicative of a real life lesson. That being said, take a look at the card laying right on top, smoke and mirrors, right? All is not as it appears. That's exactly what my guides told me earlier this week for personal advice. All is not exactly as it appears. And take a look at the card that it's connected to. This beautiful card here. It looks like it's this lovely lady who has peacock feathers on her chest, but actually what it looks like to my spiritual eyes is someone who has been shot, and she looks bullet ridden in the heart space, right? So this tells me there's somebody who feels very wounded, and this wounding is connected to whatever it is that you would like to have as your heart's desire. We see this here in the She Who Regrets card. So I feel like a lot of you guys might be feeling like time is just flying and you're not making any headway. Time is flying by in your life and you're not having your heart's fulfillment. Mean whether you're not getting the job that you seek, you're not getting the payoff, you're not getting the star, the celebrity, the votes, the upvotes, whatever. You're not getting the love and the attention. You know, whatever it is, spirit is saying, because you're in this space of wounding, right? And this is heart wounding, right? You're in this space of wounding. Please don't trust everything that you're getting because you're seeing it through those wounded eyes. So, because look, here we have this tender embrace, right? Connected right here to take a moment. For some of you, I see that you are actually being guided to reconnect with a mother figure, some kind of motherly figure or an actual mother, right? And I'm getting that this won't last forever. It may be a temporary thing, right? And so for some others of you, you're being asked to connect with that mothering aspect within you. This is about taking time out to nurture the self. So some of you may be actually gravitating towards more self-love. And of course, feel free to check in with my Instagram page. It's at awakening all you light workers, because literally September is self-love month. If you're accessing this video on Instagram, then you know that, but most of you access me through YouTube, so if you're not part of my page profile on Instagram, you may not know that. So anyway, so a lot of you guys are being asked to reconnect with who you are. Now off to the side, we've got these two cards that were at the bottom of the deck. For the rest of the month of September, I do feel that there's going to be a treasure trove. Oh, I can't talk. Oh, right. My guides are saying, let us do the work. Yes, please do. Knock me out. I'm not that type of channel. Anyway. Anyway, they're saying that you're going to be accessing a treasure trove. There it is. Before the month's end is up. Now, it's very interesting to look, because see how we have this beautiful little child. Obviously, it's your inner child and it represents you. Now, she's holding her chest, so we, on some level, expect this to be about a heart space situation, and it is. But I'm seeing here that this is about wish fulfillment, very much so. This is somebody, you, you, whoever's watching, making a wish and wanting this to come true. Whatever it is, please know that in the month of September, you will be taking action steps, no matter how unrelated it is to what your heart's desire is. You're going to be taking action steps that actually lead to the fulfillment of this wish. So if you're watching this video, chances are, A, you have a wish that you have a lot of apprehension and anxiety about. Maybe you're feeling like you'll never be good enough for it, or it's never going to happen, right? That's the first thing. Number two, I do feel that this wish is definitely en route to becoming fulfilled in whatever way Spirit chooses to fulfill it. However Spirit chooses to fulfill it, it's going to feel emotionally fulfilling to you. Notice how her eyes are closed and she doesn't necessarily have a specific wish that she wants to witness. Now, you may have a very specific wish, and I know I have a very specific wish, and if you guys follow me, you know what that wish is already, right? But that being said, we are going to close our eyes and we're going to still wish for what it is that we want, but we're going to release the outcome and allow Spirit to create the energetic fulfillment around whatever it is and however it is that they choose to fulfill our wish for. Because the truth is, we're actually after the emotions that come with that thing or that person that we're wishing for. It may not necessarily be the person or thing that you're wishing for that you get, but you will not miss it because you will have whatever the emotions are that you're seeking. This is emotional fulfillment. This whole reading is a commentary on the future that's going to be happening. This is this one card that I use to really reach up to those higher dimensions. So this card, Our Ancient Future, this is very much letting you know that what it is that is to come has already been written in the past. Now, I know you're like, yeah, but what about free will? Free will does exist in my estimation, right? And of course, I'm channeling, so take it up with them, God bless. But free will exists. And that's why sometimes, things don't come to pass or they don't come to pass as quickly or whatnot. However, there are certain things that will come to pass, and that's the destiny aspect. All roads will lead to Rome, so to speak, but how you get there sometimes is very much up to you. Okay? So Spirit is bringing us this card to let you know, chill out, relax, okay? Relax, just relax. It's coming. It's coming. He's coming. She's coming. Right? See, I'm telling my guides I'm gonna trust them because I'm just holding back all these jokes that I want to say that probably are not suited for. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Where was I? Now, where shall we go next? Now, I do see that for some of you on this call, this is about a partnership. This is about you, and for those of you who, for whom this part of the message is, I do feel like I see you being here at these two cute little pots, and you're like, you've lifted the covers, the lids, and you're like, where's my person? I thought my person was here. And I came here, like you said, but where? And they're asking you to keep going, right? I know you're like, what? But they're saying, come to this rose. This is where it is. This is who it is. And you know, I guess the whole point is to get into alignment with spirit, because I feel like your love journey isn't quite complete. Now, to be honest, how can it be complete when we've got these kinds of energies still going? Excuse me while I take a little sip. And I see here that spirit is saying that for a lot of you on this call, a lot of your consternation comes from inside of you. Now, some of you may be like, yeah, but I'm not getting that job because my boss or my neighbors, or I can't do this because I have too many commitments, my family. But actually, remember, they're showing us that if you really do the spiritual work, you'll see that it comes from an inner child issue that is just wreaking havoc on the mind as well as the heart space. So how can you move forward when you've got emotions and mentality working against you in many ways? And spirit is saying this is a normal part of the human condition, right? This is the human condition. We're emotional bodies and we don't know what's going on half of the time. But they're saying it's still our job to get in touch with these emotions, to understand how we work, how we tick. And that's why we have shadow energies that we need to delve into, shadow readings, right? All right, now speaking of that, the next card that's at the bottom of the deck over here is She Who Knows, but it came in the reversed, right? And basically, it's just highlighting what we just talked about. There are so many things that we don't know that are going on under the surface, and that's what's stopping us from achieving our dreams. Now, they're asking us to remember that if you're dealing with unrequited love, right? If there's someone that you really, really like, you really want to get to know, and for whatever reason they're not coming forward, or something else, right? Sometimes that person is going through something similar like you. We're all human beings and we're all struggling to kind of get to know ourselves. And so spirit says that as long as you're on the path, you'll be fine. But it's when you stay stagnant and you don't go inward and you don't look, how can you ever, you know, move forward? I see also this card off to the side. We have one more card off to the side. Let me just grab it right now. This card at the bottom, these two cards were at the bottom of the deck for our spread, and one of those cards is Believe. So I'm feeling that for some of you, you have hostile energies within you. You've got some hostile energies within you, and Spirit is saying that if you were to seek inward and to really go into those energies within you via your feelings of regret, right? You will realize that it's you're not able to move forward because you still have these unresolved, I guess, this unresolved energy of vengeance. So when I say that, what I'm trying to say is go towards the feelings that are easy to grasp. For example, sadness. Oh, I'm sad, this person. Even anger. I'm angry because blah, 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 right? Don't shy away from those energies. Go into those energies and know that as you delve into them, you're going to be surprised by what you find out about yourself. And you'll also start to realize that the key that you have to hold is the action of seeking. Do not stay stagnant. You have to continue on with whatever it is that you're doing when it comes to your spiritual service. The minute you stay stagnant, when I say stagnant, I mean you're not looking. So for example, you start to feel that pain of rejection again, right? Don't just try to drink it away. Don't just try to change your mind onto something else. Don't just switch the channel. You have to sit there, feel it, and commit that every time you start to feel these things, you're like, all right, let me go grab my tissues. When you stop being afraid of the tears, when you stop being afraid of the anger, when you stop being afraid of the rejection and things like that, you're going to see that it's going to be much easier to get out of those spaces, because what's happening is that you have these pockets, in these cells, so to speak, like a weather cell, these pockets of emotion that are just bottled up inside of you. You know, Spirit talked about being stuffed earlier, right? It's bottled up inside of you, and the longer you take to look at it, the longer it just stays there, and it just drives your mentality and your emotions. And then you wonder why you aren't able to find the love of your life, why you aren't able to get the job of your dreams, why you can't close this house deal, right? And so Spirit is saying you have to start believing. First of all, first step is know something's in there. Second, don't shy away from doing the deep deep and dirty. All right, sorry. Sorry. Like we ever shy away from that. But anyway, when it comes to this stuff and spiritual stuff, people be shying. People be shying, okay? So that's the second thing. Get in there like swimwear. The third thing is to believe. You gotta believe that you can change your circumstances. That's where I get, you know, hung up on personally, especially when it comes to love. Dude, this unrequited love situation is a constant theme of my life, right? But to apply this to my life, Spirit is saying, hey, you have to check the inner work. And I do check the inner work, but it's never done, right? And you have to keep going. And then you have to believe that it's going to change, that it's possible, and that then the person that's not paying attention to you is not, another notch. It's not indicative of what you can have in the future. Once that happens, that's when you start to get into falcon mode, right? You start to fly. You start to believe things are possible, and you start to accelerate. You start to excel. And look at how we're moving right to left. Look how messy it is here. Look. And then these things that are inside start to they start to make more sense. Oh, this happened because of this. Oh, I always thought I was a loser and I wasn't good enough, and he's not over his ex, and and then you realize maybe it wasn't about you. and oh gosh, am I Don Ruiz Miguel? I hope I'm not like messing his name up. God bless our divine messenger who gave us the four truths. One of those truths, the four noble truths, excuse me, one of those truths is don't take things personally. And it's hard not to take things personally when you feel left with the bag. You feel left with the heartbreak again, or you're still not making enough money, and you're still not shining in your job, even though you put so much into it. The guy still doesn't notice you, the girl still, whatever it is, right? So you just have to kind of let all this go. And as we do that, we see the anointing of ease comes in. I love that this card, the anointing of ease, comes right with the 5 energy, 32. Because the 5 energy in tarot always speaks of some type of conflict or some kind of energetic friction, right? It talks about our not so finest moments, all sorts of stuff. But yet in this beautiful Alana Fairchild Oracle deck, this 5 energy finds itself on this card, the Law of Efficiency card. To me, that means don't worry about it. All is going to be taken care of, as much as we don't feel like that's a reality. It really does happen. Now, once you get to this part where you have agreed to delve in deeply, and you've released, and you've kind of merged with spirit, now this card wants to come in. Yay! Let's take a look. Boink! Transformation. This is beautiful, and it actually comes right here. Yeah, there's transformation. And that's when we can start to see the energies from past lifetimes and past life cycles being transmuted. And that's when you start to see the change in the physical world, and you start to no longer fall into the trap of the old patterns, right? No more chasing after guys who aren't available. No more selling yourself out just to have a promotion at work. No more whatever. No more compromising. And that's when your personal kingdom, to all that it is that you desire, right? We have this cute little leg here. All that you desire becomes open. And look, see how the gates are opening? And here, this door is opening as well. But what connects this here to this here is this. Making the commitment, getting grounded, allowing yourself to be transformed. For some of you, this has to do with getting your alchemical mutations via DNA activations, energetic healing, body work, Reiki, whatever it is. Sometimes it's just going to the gym. Sometimes it's journaling. There are so many ways to transform and to shift your energies. And Spirit is saying for you, my dear Aries, or whoever you be, whenever you watch this, that you have a journey that you're already on, but you have a journey ahead of you. And it does definitely lead to your destiny, right? But Oh, thanks, guys. They're so good. It does lead to your destiny, but you do have to take your head out of the sand. You do have to face your deepest fears. Like, so what? Like, my deepest fear is being alone. You know, a lot of us have that. You know, the abandonment, the rejection, it all goes into being alone. But you have to at some point say, hey, okay, so I'm alone. I am the hermit, right? And then you probably will start to, once you get on this journey, understand what that means and why it is that you're experiencing this hermit energy that way. And then you may find that it's you keeping people at bay. Who knows? Or maybe you're really working with the hermit's theme, for example. And then taking it to the next level, it's about understanding how to transform that theme, how to work with the theme, because themes in and of themselves are not bad. They just express themselves in a painful way until we've transmuted the energy. All right, so guys, I'm going to cut this one short to keep it on Instagram. But anyway, if you'd like a personal reading with me, you guys know exactly how to find me. And God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye.